All right, I have a few questions. I need the two of you to help me with some NFL-related questions that I have amid some of the news coming out of training camps.
Bring it on, Shay.
Jerry Jones can't be an idiot, can he? Like, he can't be stupid.
No, obviously not. He's bought a franchise for, $190 million or whatever he paid, and it's worth like $8 billion.
So he can't possibly be stupid. So why on earth did he get in front of the media at 6 o'clock Central yesterday and tell everybody gladly, I have no urgency to get a deal done with CeeDee Lamb?
I don't know why he said that. But you know what's a win for him, which is unfortunate, is for him and his organization to stay relevant. They love the drama. It's like the TV show Dallas, Cap. It really is. It's the drama part of it. I said this weeks ago on the show. Dallas is more of a concept than a football team, a championship football team, a concept. It is a marketing tool. That's what it is. Dallas, America's team, but not really. You go to this famous restaurant, Cap. All my friends say, well, I got to go. When we travel here, we got to go to this restaurant. You get there, it's like, oh, it's a 3-star. Only because people are familiar with it. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. America's team. It's only because you're familiar with the drama, not because it's good. Shay. How about that?
Wow, that was well said.
Thank you, Cap. I keep trying every day.
Wow. So,
thank you very much.
So it's not that he's stupid. It's just that he doesn't have the same goals as other owners. He's not interested in winning a championship. Because if you want to win a championship, you don't piss off one of the 3 best receivers in the NFL.
You're 100% right.
Like, what are you doing?
It's Jerry Jones. It's just him. He just says things. And again, all of this does not get you any closer to a championship. Something like that. Why piss off him? CeeDee Lamb. Why would you do that? Dak Prescott's still just floating in the wind.
Yeah. So, but CeeDee, to get to free agency, has to play this season.
Every year we're going through this, though.
Right?
Every year we go through this. JD and I spent a summer together on ESPN radio trying to figure out, is Ezekiel Elliott going to get paid or not? A whole summer. Every single weekend. Every Saturday and Sunday. It's like, what are we doing here? Who cares? Seriously. He's so
I can just see you in your beautiful home looking out the window. It's beautiful weather. God, and you like the heat. I like to be outside.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome in ESPN Radio here on the network with Jeff Dickerson. Rest in peace, JD. Is Ezekiel Elliott worth $80 million?
We bring in Todd Archer
from ESPN Dallas
on the Shell Pennzoil Performance line.
Yeah,
let's do that. It's unbelievable.
Even the Zeke thing was also stupid, especially the way he went about handling it.
Yeah.
Because Zeke, for the 4 weeks of training camp, was on a beach in Cabo drinking Mai Tais and hanging out. A week before the regular season starts, they make him the highest paid running back in NFL history. What happens? He's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
I don't understand it either, Shay. I wish we can give you like historical context of this as being with Jerry. I don't know. There was a time that he actually cared about winning championships. Instead, he just cares about the drama. Shay.
A lot of teams are approaching the starting quarterback playing in the preseason conundrum very differently. The Chiefs will play Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't seem like the Lions are very interested in playing Jared Goff at all in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers will not play in the preseason, according to a lot of the reports that we've gotten. The Bears obviously are working with Caleb Williams a little bit. Drake May last night played a series, threw 3 passes. Good night. Who's right? What's the right way to go about this? Josh Allen's going to play a quarter tomorrow for the Bills. Is that right? Is bubble wrapping him right? How do you go about this?
I believe you play your guys. Andy Reid plays Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady played for the greatest, potential coach in the last 25 years. Bill Belichick, he's top 5 all time in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They played their guys. I believe you play. Football players play.
Yes.
I'm not saying he should be out there for 4 quarters, but enough to get his feet wet.
I think that should always be the case, Shay. We're always so afraid of injury. It's a physical game. There's going to be injury. You just hope that your players are healthy and healthy enough to play the next week. That's what it all comes down to. I never believe in the fear of injury when it comes to these players. I know it's easy for me to say here. I'm just saying, though, that how do you get a feel of the game if you sit on the sidelines for 4 weeks and then, okay, the bell rings, here I go. Unless he's just some grizzled veteran that's there like, hey, man, my leg's not good, but, man, week 1, I'll be ready to go. Just give me some time. I need time, right? But when it comes to especially a young team, young players are healthy, they need the time. So I would say a quarter. I would say across the board.
On the subject of young players that need the time, Bryce Young did not play yesterday for the Panthers against the Patriots. What has he done? Like,
I don't understand that.
I'm more case by case with it. If I'm the Lions, I know Jared Goff's good. I know my offensive line's good. I have continuity. I feel a little comfortable bubble wrapping them. Obviously, there's a bit of risk there because you might start the season and have a few timing penalties. Maybe you lose a game you shouldn't because you're not as fresh as the teams that did play. But you start healthy, and that's more important. I get it. Bryce Young not playing last night, what are you doing? There is no reason not to play Bryce Young.
Is he 100% healthy?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think one of the reasons why he doesn't play is the video that we all saw of him walking through practice looking like a child. Do you recall this, Cap?
Yeah.
He had his sling bag on. He's walking through.
Somebody put a meme out like, oh, first day of high school.
Yeah. It's like, he's just such a little guy going across there. And my eyes was tricking me, Shay. It just tricked me just a minute ago. I did not watch the Patriots last night. And I saw the quarterback for Carolina. I'm like, Jake Plummer still in the league? Jack Plummer. It was the starter yesterday. Not Jake Plummer.
Yeah, former Louisville quarterback Jack Plummer.
Jack Plummer, who got sacked 5 times yesterday. So, yeah, I think that it's first quarter play, Cap. I would agree also, Shay, that when you say case by case, if it's someone who is elite, it's up to them. I also wouldn't do the Aaron Rodgers thing of saying, I don't need to play. You need to play.
But that one's even more interesting because I never talked to Salah about that. Great.
Salah did not. Good. Salah did not tell him. He did not tell him that he wasn't going to play the first 2 preseason games. He had to find out through back channels. So if the coach and quarterback are not on the same page,
you would think. How do they not? Hey, tell Aaron I need to see him in here.
That's all.
Yeah, coach, what's up? I just want to let you know, make sure we're on the same page here. I'm not playing you the first 2 preseason games. We'll determine down the road the rest of the way. Okay, thanks. How do you find out from the Courtney Cronin of New York?
That's what happened.
Hey, Aaron, I have a question. How do you feel about not playing the first 2 preseason games? Oh, that's news to me. Now you look like a bunch of boobs.
See? That's why the Jets are the Jets. Okay. Terrible performance. Terrible head coach. Back after this. Shay, give us one more, please.
Yeah, last thing I need help with. Why does everybody love Matthew Stafford so much? Is it the good Southern boy in Hollywood with his fancy new veneers? It's just attractive. Like Dan Orlovsky, #1 quarterback in the NFC last week. He ranked him. I know what that is. That's a bromance. We played in Detroit together and we're best buddies. I love him.
How about Caleb?
But that's what shocked me. Yesterday, Caleb Williams. I can't name better quarterbacks than Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford. You can't? Patrick Mahomes never entered the brain there?
Aaron Rodgers is a top 7 quarterback of all time.
Yeah, look, Aaron Rodgers, I get it. Caleb's hero growing up. He has mentioned he's his favorite quarterback of all time. I get it. Matthew Stafford. Mahomes is better. Lamar is better. Josh Allen is better.
I'm not sure why he said that.
Are you sure, Lamar? Again, Lamar's won 2 MVPs. I am not at all casting aspersions on him as a player. Matthew Stafford's got pretty freaking amazing number. I'm not saying he's the best.
Agree.
You know what I mean.
I agree.
But he also won a Super Bowl, and that guy's a pretty damn good quarterback.
We're not doing all-time rankings here. We're doing who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL in 2024, right?
Yeah.
Is it because the quarterbacks are older?
How old is Matthew Stafford? 32?
37, 38.
Is he that old? Wow.
You can understand why a guy like Caleb
36,
Williams, why Caleb Williams will look at him as a 21-year-old and say, yeah, that's one of the great, because of the way he can spin it. Not probably because he's great, maybe because of the mechanics and how long he's been in the league too. Like
In
the
league,
longevity.
and he was a #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And he dealt with some horrible Detroit teams. And then he goes to LA and wins the Super Bowl.
They probably partied together. too.
Probably.
I mean, so I'm not offended by it. What I look at it is that look at the age range, Caleb Williams and Matthew Stafford. One thing about Caleb Williams, I'm sure he's not going through Football Reference like we do every day and say Matthew Stafford versus the greats. He probably just thinks of him and just like, well, that guy can spin it. And that guy's been around for a long time. Looks at the age. It's like, Super Bowl champion. And also, he pays when we go drinking.
Correct.
He buys.
He took me out when I was a college student making no money.
That could be too.
Except for the $10 million in NIL.
I'm not offended that everybody's naming him. I just am confused. I understand I have a bias against Matthew Stafford a little bit. I'm lower on him than most people, and it is a bias. It's a fan thing. I watched that dude tank Detroit seasons away multiple times. I thought he got too much love, but this is way too much love.
All right.
Yeah, he's a pretty damn good football player.
Hall of Famer. All right, coming up, Jesse Rogers
Don't.
with the latest on the Cubs and Sox and MLB.
I see what you're doing. I'm not taking the bait.
I'm just here to serve cheese every morning.
Love it.
Here on the Kap and J Morning Show.